The average car loan now stretches 84 months, 7 years, for a machine that quietly loses value every single day you own it. Yet the dealership smiles warmly while you sign because monthly payments feel small, manageable, almost harmless. That is precisely where the trap begins. Humans are terrible at evaluating long-time horizons. Our brains evolved chasing immediate survival rewards, not calculating 7-year financial contracts. So the industry redesigned the battlefield. They stopped selling price. They sell comfort-sized monthly payments instead. Stretch the loan longer, the payment shrinks. Your brain relaxes instantly. Mathematics quietly screams in the background, but biology already approved the deal. Meanwhile, depreciation begins immediately. The moment the car leaves the dealership, value drops like a stone thrown into deep water. 20% disappears in the first year alone. 40% vanishes within a few years. The asset bleeds value silently. Yet your loan balance declines slowly, very slowly, because interest feeds quietly on the timeline you extended. This creates a strange moment called negative equity. You owe more money than the machine is worth. The car is already decaying financially while your payments continue marching forward month after month. But the trap deepens further because the loan payment is only the first predator in this ecosystem. Insurance rises with vehicle value. Fuel feeds constantly. Maintenance waits patiently for the warranty to expire. Together they form a quiet financial drain, a pipeline moving your income steadily away from future wealth. Yet psychologically, the purchase feels victorious. New car smell, status upgrade. Social approval floods the brain with dopamine. Dopamine rewards immediate upgrades. Wealth rewards patience measured in years. The brain prefers applause today, so millions repeat the pattern. New car every few years, new loan, new timeline. The wheel spins endlessly. Meanwhile, the real cost hides elsewhere, opportunity cost. The invisible wealth those payments could have built instead. Invest the same payment monthly for 7 years, and the numbers tell a radically different story. The car quietly decays, the investment quietly compounds, one drains the future, the other builds it silently. The loan was never about transportation, it was about selling you a slow financial leash disguised as convenience and status. Now the psychological autopsy begins. Car loans are not financial mistakes. They are engineered behavioral traps designed around predictable weaknesses inside the human nervous system. Humans evaluate affordability through pain per month, not total lifetime costs. If the monthly pain feels tolerable, the brain immediately labels the purchase rational. Dealerships understand this primitive calculation perfectly. They stretch time like elastic until the monthly number becomes emotionally painless. Mathematics disappears. Instinct takes control. 84 months feels abstract. $400 per month feels manageable. The brain locks into the smaller number instantly. This is cognitive compression. Complex financial reality gets squeezed into one tiny emotional metric, monthly comfort. But wealth does not care about comfort metrics. Wealth obeys cold arithmetic across decades. And arithmetic reveals a brutal truth. The loan payment is only the visible part of the system. Beneath it hides insurance premiums, registration fees, fuel consumption, repairs, tires, parking costs, all flowing monthly, all draining income quietly, all normalized by society. This normalization is the real psychological prison. Everyone else has the same chains, so the chains feel invisible. The parking lot becomes a museum of silent financial mistakes, each vehicle representing years of future income already spent. Now consider the hidden predator opportunity cost, the wealth those payments could have built elsewhere. Imagine investing that same monthly payment into productive assets for 7 years instead of feeding a depreciating machine. Compound growth would quietly stack upon itself, layer after layer, year after year. Instead, the money fuels depreciation, a financial bonfire burning slowly in your driveway, and society applauds this ritual. Because visible status signals matter more than invisible balance sheets. The car becomes armor for ego, protection against judgment, proof of success to strangers who are financially trapped themselves, which leads to the final paradox. The purchase designed to signal wealth often becomes the mechanism that destroys it, because the moment the payment becomes normal, the financial leash tightens quietly around your future. 7 years pass quietly, the car ages, the loan finally disappears, and you realize the machine moved you physically, but financially you never moved at all. Now the uncomfortable truth emerges. Cars are not transportation decisions. They are identity decisions disguised as financial ones. Humans evolved inside tribes where status determined survival, visibility meant safety, Approval meant protection. Modern society replaced spears and territory with symbols. Houses, watches, cars. The vehicle became the most visible signal of success moving through public space every day, which makes it the perfect psychological weapon against long-term wealth. Because its status is immediate, wealth is delayed. The human brain chooses immediate rewards almost every time. That is why the system encourages upgrades every few years. New model, new payment, new cycle. A financial treadmill disguised as progress. Meanwhile, wealthy individuals quietly play a different game entirely. They view vehicles as tools, nothing more. Tools perform functions. Tools are optimized for efficiency. Tools are not emotional trophies. This mental shift changes everything because the real goal is not looking rich today. The real goal is building freedom tomorrow, which leads us to the Obsidian Protocol. Rule 1. If you cannot buy the car twice in cash, you cannot afford it. Rule 2. The car must serve your life. Your life must never serve the car. Rule 3. Invest before you upgrade your lifestyle. Always, because one day you will park your car for the final time. The only question left will be simple. Did it move your life forward? Most people believe wealth disappears through small luxuries, coffee, streaming subscriptions, occasional dinners, but statistically, the greatest financial predator lives in the driveway. A machine designed for transportation slowly transforms into a system that extracts thousands of dollars from your future. Yet the system survives because the cost is fragmented across time. Small payments, small repairs, small refueling moments. Individually, they look harmless. Collectively, they erase years of financial progress. This is how wealth quietly dies, not with dramatic mistakes, but with normalized habits, repeated monthly. Meanwhile, the car continues aging silently. Metal fatigues, technology becomes outdated, market value keeps sliding downward. 7 years later, the loan finally disappears, relief arrives quietly, but the habit remains programmed into the mind. Soon a new advertisement appears, a new model, a new upgrade. The cycle begins again with almost perfect predictability. New loan, new depreciation curve, new interest payments feeding the system again. This is why the system feels invisible. It moves slowly enough that nobody notices the damage immediately. Decades pass this way, loans replacing loans, payments replacing payments, and suddenly retirement arrives with surprising speed. The vehicles are gone, the payments are gone, but so is the wealth that could have existed, because every financial decision is really a vote for a future timeline. One timeline feeds status today, the other timeline feeds freedom tomorrow. The machine you drive is temporary. The financial system you build is permanent. So the real question is brutally simple. Is your car moving you forward or quietly driving your future backward?